So today we're going to be on page notes 1-2, and it's just again a single page. So make sure you're on this page, and I'm just going to go straight into it. So if you're not in class or if you're absent, here's what you missed. An algebraic expression. This is just a mathematical phrase made up of numbers and variables. Variables are just letters. So today what we're going to be doing is working with evaluating expressions, so we have to talk about the substitution property. If A equals B, then A may be replaced for B in any expression. Okay, when you're working today to evaluate, the first thing you're going to do is substitute the variable, the letter, with its given value. Now, each time you substitute a variable with a number, you must put it in parentheses. I don't care if it's positive, negative, whatever. Put it in parentheses so your calculator will compute it correctly. And then we're just going to follow the order of operations. And if y'all remember yesterday's lesson, you got to use the calculator for the order of operations. So you don't really have to know how to do anything much except type it in the calculator. So therefore, here's what I mean. On your worksheet, you're going to have 12 problems. You have to do it just like how I'm going to show you here. When I have a squared b minus b squared, it says a is 3 and b is negative 4. The first thing you have to do is show me the plug-in to the problem. No plug-in, no credit. So I see an a, I'm going to put a parentheses, and I know that a is 3, and then the squared goes directly outside of it because only the number for the letter goes in parentheses. And then I see a b, so I put a parentheses, and b is negative 4. And then I bring down my minus. I see a b is negative 4, and I put the squared on the outside. Now I can just grab my calculator. So there's my calculator screen so you can see it. You're going to do parentheses 3, close, and then square it. Parentheses negative 4, close, minus parentheses negative 4, and square it. So we're going to type it the exact way we wrote it. Hit enter, and my answer is negative 52. We're done, we move on. For my next problem, I have a negative sign, so I keep it. I see a y, so I open a parentheses, and I know that y is negative 12. I bring down the minus sign. Oh, I forgot my squared. Don't forget your squared. So bring down the squared, bring down the minus, bring down the 3. I see an x, so I open up a parentheses, and x is negative 5 over 6. I see a y, so I open up parentheses, and y is negative 12. Grabbing my calculator, I'm going to do negative, open parentheses, negative 12 squared, minus 3, open parentheses, negative. I need a fraction, so alpha y equals 5 over 6. Close that parentheses, open another one, and negative 12. So I'm typing it the exact way I wrote it. I hit enter, and I get negative 174, circle, and I'm done. For 3, I have a squared plus b squared over a minus b. So I see an a, I open a parentheses, a is negative 3, put the squared on the outside, plus I see a b, open up a parentheses, negative 5, put the squared on the outside, all over, not a, open parentheses for a, which was negative 3, minus, open parentheses for b, which is negative 5. Okay, this time I have to open up a fraction, so alpha y equals parentheses negative 3 squared plus parentheses negative 5 squared. Move to the bottom, parentheses negative 3 minus parentheses negative 5. Close. Hit enter, and I get 17. Okay, for my last problem, I'm going to keep that negative, and I open a parentheses for a. A is negative 2, put the squared on the outside. Minus 2, open parentheses for b, which is 3. Open parentheses for c, which is negative 3. minus, put my absolute value bar, open parentheses, and I put C, which is -3, close. Okay, I'm going to go into my calculator. I'm going to type it the exact way I wrote it. So negative parentheses, -2 squared minus 2 parentheses 3 parentheses -3 minus, to get your absolute value, you have to press math over enter, parentheses -3 close parentheses. My problem looks exactly like my written part. I hit enter and my answer is 11. So now, when you get your worksheet, you're going to have to do the exact same thing. The first thing you're going to have to do is show me the plugin. If I don't see this plugin, I'm not giving you credit. But if you show the plugin and then just use the calculator for your answer, you are good. So you're going to do all 12 problems. And if you have any questions, let me know.